This is the disclaimer for the video you're about to watch, as well as all videos belonging to the Lynn Wick channel on all platforms on which we operate this channel. No part of this publication, which includes this YouTube video, may be reproduced, stored in a retrievable system, or transmitted in any form or by any means except as permitted by the United States Copyright Act without the prior express written consent of the broadcaster, Lynn Wick. While we use our best efforts to prepare content for this site, we make no representation or warranties with respect to the accuracy or completeness of the content of the videos, including any content, links, or resources shared by third parties. Furthermore, all parties specifically disclaim any express or implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. The advice and strategies contained herein may not be suitable for your situation. No legal advice or financial advice is being given herein, as we are not attorneys or financial advisors. You should consult with a professional where appropriate. No liability or damages shall take place because of this content. Furthermore, your use of this site and watching these videos confirms your agreement that the state of Ohio law applies to all disputes relating to this site, videos, and venue. For all claims and disputes relating to this site and videos shall be in the state of Ohio.
Hey, you up yet? Just wanted to say good morning and to let you know coffee is ready.
Stop doing immediately if you want to be happier. Number one, you have to stop regretting the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't forget the past. You can learn from it and get better from it so you don't make the same mistakes, but you got to stop regretting the past. Number two is stop worrying about the future. Psychologists have found that 85% of what you worry about on a daily basis will never happen. That's a waste of your energy. That's a waste of your time. And then number three, stop looking for your happiness in other people. Other people cannot make you happy. It is absolutely impossible. Happiness is 100% an inside job.
Pray for something. Don't just pray to receive it. Pray also for the wisdom to sustain it when it arrives in your life. Many people don't lose their blessings due to bad luck. They lose them because they were not able to carry what they have asked for. Take a look at the rain. When the rain falls gently on the ground, the soil absorbs it and life grows. But when the ground is not ready, the same rain becomes a flood. What was meant to nourish ends up destroying. The blessing didn't change, but the capacity did. So when you pray for love, prosperity, and success, also pray for the wisdom, for the humility, and for the discipline to keep them when they arrive.
Successful, he doesn't give you comfort. He gives you chaos. You'll pray for strength. He'll send storms. You'll ask for growth. He'll send pressure. You'll cry for peace. He'll remove people who disturbs you. That's how God works. He doesn't hand success. He shapes you for it. Sometimes he closes every door, not because he's punishing you, but because he's protecting you from rooms that would shrink your purpose. You lose people, positions, even places you thought were forever. It'll hurt, but it's holy. Because in that breaking, he's building discipline. In that waiting, he's building patience. In that silence, he's preparing the platform that only faith can reach. So if life feels heavy right now, don't panic. You're not being buried. You're being planted. When God wants to make you successful, he'll first make you unshakable. And when you rise this time, no storm will be able to take you down.
Forgotten you. But that's not the problem. The real issue isn't that God went silent. The real issue is that you stopped holding on to what God already said. In Matthew 28, Jesus tells his followers, "Behold, I am with you always, even till the end of the age." Always. That means not just when you feel him, not just when doors finally open in your life, not just when prayers are finally answered. Always includes the silence, always includes the delay, always includes moments of confusion, always includes even when it doesn't make sense in my life, even when I'm anxious, afraid, and alone. Always, he says. So if it feels like God's gone, it's not because he's left you. It's because the enemy's discouragement got louder than God's promise. Remember, God doesn't rewrite his word simply because your season got dark. He is with you always, even till the end of the age. You think
sitting here watching the world fall apart, praying to God we can heal the broken hearts. The riots in the streets and the killing of our babies. Oh, have you ever seen the world this damn crazy? Oh, mama, tell me you know a better way. Tell me a story about the good old days. Did people do right when things went wrong? Did men pray together and sing love songs? Oh, the world is lost in its crazy ways. Tell me, mama, do you miss the good old days? Yeah, tell me about the good old days. Love don't mean much right now, just a lot of anger going round. Wish I could turn back the clock somehow, when real men knew how to keep a vow, and they knew what God and family were all about. Oh, mama, tell me you know a better way. Tell me a story about the good old days. Did people do right when things went wrong? Did men pray together and sing love songs? Oh, the world is lost in its crazy ways. Tell me, mama, do you miss the good old days? Yeah, tell me about the good old days. Oh, tell me we can pray together. Tell me this crazy world ain't forever. Tell me there's some hope left and we can make this world better. Oh, mama, tell me you know a better way. Tell me a story about the good old days. Did people do right when things went wrong? Did men pray together and sing love songs? Oh, the world is lost in its crazy ways. Tell me, mama, do you miss the good old days? Yeah, tell me about the good old days. The good old days. Yeah, the good old days. Yeah, tell me about the good old days.
Good morning, Grand Rising. I feel like I have not been with you forever. Oh my goodness. I came so close sometimes to coming up just because I just miss you. But I did do a deep dive this week and this weekend. And this morning I wake up and it's all off my board. And I'm like, what now happened? So I went back and was trying to do some techie on it. And I found one, but the rest of them are gone. So I don't know if it's fluff tube or it's the program. I do not know. So I have to wing it this morning because I was not prepared for that. But you know what? Things happen and we have to accept that. I think every day in my life something is happening. And whether I like it or not, I have to accept it. And that's just the way life rolls. And I know it just seems like it's always happening and it's just driving me crazy. But I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it today. We're going to just go forward and we're going to just show things and talk about them. And what truth have you heard? Because I know some. And that was some of the things that was on there. But I'd rather have a vision so you can see what I was going to share. But it's kind of hard to share something and get the true meaning without seeing it. You know, somebody was telling me something over the weekend or Friday. It was Friday. And I said, show me that. This was a very serious conversation that had something that they were telling me that they should have proof of. And this is what I'm saying. If you don't have proof of it, be careful what you're saying or what you're doing to someone, because a lot of them are beginning to believe without proof. And I'm not talking about Telegram. I'm just telling you. When this person was talking to me, it was a very serious conversation. And so all of a sudden when she said something, I said, wait, where did you get that or hear that from? Because I knew there was some kind of doubt there. So I asked her, I says, where's the proof? But she said she had it. She sent it to me, and that was part of it. So I really don't, I know some of the things it said, but I really don't know the whole thing by heart. So I can't read it to you because I don't have it. So hopefully she'll be able to send it back over. I don't think she'll get it back over until tomorrow. So we'll have to wait. Wait a minute, what is today? I don't know what day's that. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah. So we'll have to wait till Thursday. She'll give it to me tomorrow. Anyway, we're going to have a good morning because it is a good morning. Even though it's rainy and cold and iced over, we got black ice. Oh my goodness. But the weather is going up. That's a good thing. What about you? So this morning after we get done, or maybe in between, let's stop and talk with each other. And let's do a Q&A because there's a lot of things going on. And I'm going to ask you some questions. And you're going to ask me. Whee! Here we go, right? So this morning, we're going to stop the chat. We're going to go to prayer. And we're going to have a good morning. Father, we come to you this morning. We thank you for the birds that are just now coming out. We see the squirrels now. We see all these beautiful things running around and up in the sky. Finally, we see spring on its way. But we still got a lot of rain for the next 11 days. Woo! We need the ark. Because I invite people, come on, come on. Father, please be with those that are crying out, those that need help, those that are losing people they love. But we thank you most of all for letting us gather this morning. Let us enjoy. Let us have some laughter. But let us see and hear the truth. Father, may you always be with everyone. And may they know they just put that hand to their heart and they can hear you. For you are within. And the whole story about Jesus. Yes, he was here. Is he coming back? No. Father, we thank you for showing us truth, the path, and the way life will be. But we still question what the government is doing. But you shall answer us. We don't know when. But our arms are open to embrace you, to hear the truth, and to not know when, but how. Father, we want to pray this morning for Sylvia, who needs healing. She fell. She hurt her head and her ear. Father, I'm asking you to heal her, to let her know you're there to touch her, talk to her, and to heal. Father, we also want to pray for Jeff's mom, who's having surgery today. Father, be with Vi, Ethan, and the family. And Jeff. For Father, they need you to be steady and know that everything is fine, that all will go well because you're there with her. And may she feel your hand touch her and the whisper, you're fine, Va, you're fine. Yes, Lord. We ask that you watch over the family, that you give us the gifts this morning and the grace to share the morning. May we have laughter and joy. And may you always hear from those that are crying, those who have laughter. Because mixed emotions are going everywhere. But show them the way. Show them the light. And give them calmness and peace. Thank you, Father, for this morning. As we all say, amen. All right, let's get started this morning. We're going to do some meet and greets this morning. Hey. Yeah. I want to see your pleasant voices there that are in typed material. But you know what? I feel, God told me a long time ago, there's always somebody that has somebody not to talk to. And this is why we do that, is we have people in your family that doesn't have anyone. And trust me, I'm alone a lot. And I'm starting to talk to myself more and more. Ghost said to me the other day, I was in the kitchen, I guess I was doing something, and I was talking to myself, and he yells at me, "Are you talking to yourself?" I said, "Yes." And then the first time I said, "No." I'm here most of the time by myself. And I do jabble because but I don't realize it sometimes. So when he came in, or I think he came in and he sat down. Anyway, I guess I was saying something about what I was doing, and I was saying it verbally. And he heard me and he says, "Are you talking to yourself?" I go, "No." And I just stood there like, oh, oops. So people, family, please understand, people are here that have nobody. And there's days that I wish I did during the day, because when the silence goes, it's like, wow, it's so deafening. So let's get started this morning. And let's go with the first one in. So don't laugh at me. I do talk to myself. There's so much going on. And sometimes me taking notes, I have to say them out loud to remember them. People, I'm walking through the store and people heard me say something and I go, "What?" So here's me trying to find my cell phone in my purse, and I'm like going, "Okay, remember." And I had to put it in the cell phone, and then I said, I put it in there. I couldn't believe I was doing that in the store. Now, that was a first. I do not talk to myself in stores. I guess that time I did. Ooh. So we are going to talk to people because I didn't realize how lonely I was getting. So here we go. All right, who is the first one in this morning? Is Anne Marie. Is it Anna Marie? Okay, just checking my phone. 8:49. Yes, I was late. I couldn't get on because I couldn't find all the things, as I said this morning. So I was trying to get them up for you, but no success. I got one of them. I don't even know who the first one is. Cosmic says, "Good morning, Lynn, Ghost Mods, and family. Sending hugs and healing prayers to all of you that are in need. God bless you." Aw, thank you, honey. Earl says, "Prayers for Lynn and everyone." Thank you. I need them. Keep bringing them on. Mildred says, "Morning, Lynn and Ghost and all. Good morning." I am Alina says, "I haven't seen the blood moon." They have it all over Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all over there about in 3:33 this morning. It's all over there. Yeah, small car. We're supposed to get that spring-like weather. We can't wait for it. But also comes the rain with it. Oh. Carrie says, good morning, everyone. Sending flowers and smiles. Good morning. I like smiles and flowers. Guy says, good morning, Lynn, Jim, mods, and chat. Family wishing you all a fantastic week and God's blessings. Go pay the bills, share a smile and a hug. Love and hugs, Loretta and Randall. Good morning, Guy. Good morning, Miss Loretta. Yep, we got to go pay those bills. Lori says, Grand Rising, Lynn and Ghost. Miss my greetings to all. Sending love and hearts. Good morning, honey. Eons ago says, hello, everyone. Love you all. Sending a smile, heart, and prayers. Good morning. Pamela says, peaceful and thoughtful Tuesday. Rising, everyone. I missed. Sending flowers, love, emojis, and balloons. Good morning. Belinda says, Grand Rising, everyone. What a beautiful time to be alive. Ooh, I don't know if it's beautiful. Laura says, good morning, Lynn, mods, and chat with a huge smile. Good morning. Sherry says, good morning, Lynn and family. Good morning. Daughter of the Most High says, good morning, Lynn and friends. Could not see the moon. It was cloudy in Minnesota. Usually it is. It's cloudy here when you have the blood moon. So that's why we can't see it either. Mama Bear says, good morning. Good morning, honey. Rodney says, Grand Rising Wickers. Late, but on the scene. Join the party. Teresa's dancing. Dance up, Teresa. Mary Catherine says, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Earl says, hey, Mrs. Lynn. Good morning, Earl. Golden Arrow, thumbs up from the good old Kentucky home. Oh, farmer. Yes, she's a farmer. Good morning, honey. Jamie says, Grand Rising, Lynn, Ghost family. Is it time yet? No, not quite. Yeah, the chemtrails are really, really, really bad. We saw 5 of them. 5. Never saw 5 before. Saw 2, never 5. two of them just thick, real thick, and they were making X's everywhere right above us. I said, oh, for crying out loud, here comes the rain. Yeah, you can always figure it out now. You know, that's the strange thing. It's hard for me to watch TV, commercials, anything now because I can pinpoint almost everything on it. And it's like, I got to stop doing this. And I'll sit there and I'll just blurt it out. You know what? We got to be careful when somebody's around and we are fully awake and you can see that. Okay, let me give an example. Ghost and I was watching either a series or a movie or something, but in the background, it was a backdrop. So I said, that's false. That's fake. I kept doing it all through the whole movie. He turned around and looked at me like, can I enjoy this? There's times I literally cannot watch them now because I know they're fake. Everything's fake. Ooh. Andrew says, good morning. I'll have a wonderful and blessed day. Good morning. Barbara says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, sweetheart. Dave's not here. Says, hi, everyone. You too, Lynn. Love you all. Is anyone else turning into a basket case? No. What's wrong, Dave? You talk to yourself? I think that's the first time I've caught myself doing it, but he had to pinpoint it out. Gordy says, no, you're just talking to Yashua. Might be. Homespun Gal says, good morning, all. This is my first live as a retired blessed woman of God. Oh, that's awesome, sweetheart. Good morning. Eloise says, yes, I talk to myself and my doggy. Well, I talked to him. Yeah, I talked to him. You're all talking to yourselves. It's catchy, isn't it? Village is Grand Rising to all. Grand Rising. Dave Slauson says, I think most people talk to themselves. You know what? I never heard anybody talk to themselves. That's why I didn't notice it that I was doing it, I guess. But I've never heard anybody talk to themselves. Yeah, but be careful. You know, people sometimes says that's dementia. You know, when you're standing there, because I got to grab my phone so I don't forget it, right? Sometimes I can't remember what was said 5 minutes ago. Beva says, good morning, Viola. SNC says, Grand Rising, praying for all of those in need. May complete healing and abundance be provided to all. Thank you. SH says, good morning. Well, last night I was looking at the clock and it was 8:30. I swear time flew by. It wasn't that far along until I looked at the clock and it was 10:30. I said, wait, that can't be true. I'm not kidding. You're exactly right, SH. Just yesterday, or was it yesterday evening? Ghost was checking. He asked us, you know, what time he got. I told him. And we looked on the clock in the kitchen and then the timer clock on the oven, and all of them were different. Say what? Oh, I don't know. Beach Life says Grand Rising family. Grand Rising. Charlotte says, good day, Len, Ghost, Mods, and chat. Good morning, Charlotte and Wolfie. No, it was at 3:33 a.m. this morning, the blood moon. Kenda, you're about ready to inhabitate a great either snowfall or rain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Earl, it is. Mary says, good morning, Lennon. All of Wickville. Good morning. Mega Earl says, good, beautiful morning, family. Have a blessed day. You also. Thank you. Yes, West, I do. Right now, they're not doing anything. They're bringing in rain and snow to heal the earth right now. That's what they're doing. Mega Girl says, when I talk to myself, I always get the answers I want to hear. You know, that's kind of true. Yeah, it's kind of true. PCF says, if you want to step back and forget this work, go to Peacock and watch a program called Cowboy Way. What do you mean, PCF? I really don't answer myself. I'm just jabbering away. Betty, that's funny. Ron says, talking to yourself is okay, but when you start answering them, then that's a problem. Baha Girl says, I have always talked to myself and my higher self, and I wait for an answer. No, I don't do that. I don't have what it takes to wait. I'm not going to say the word. I can't wait. I need the answer. Candace Hadlin, I have some best conversations with myself. You know, my mother did it when she was young. And I'd always say, who are you talking to, Mom? And she'd say, oh, nobody. And she'd be drying the dishes or putting clothes away or doing something. And I would hear her talking. And I was like, who is she talking to? My friends came over and she was outside and she was tanning. Well, my mother had auburn hair. So she would like cover her head up. So my girlfriend, of course, we were like 6, 7 years old. My little girlfriend came over and she says, what is that? And I turned around and I said, what? She says, that. I looked over and I said, that's my mom. She said, what's wrong with her? I said, she's tanning. Well, I didn't get to see what my mom was wearing because she had it all covered up because My mother believed in this thing that if you put a wet towel over, that it would moisten the skin so that when you flipped and got back on, it would tan you smoother. I thought, oh, okay, whatever. Well, when she flipped over, she had on a bikini. Well, I didn't know what a bikini was, but I guess this little girl did. She goes, oh, I gotta go home. I can't see this. I can't see what? She goes, your mommy has no clothes on. And I looked over, I go, yes, she does. And I looked at my mom, goes, what's wrong with her? And I go, I don't know. She said you didn't have any clothes on. So my mother wrapped a towel around her and she called the little girl back. She goes, sweetie, I have clothes on. It's called a bikini. She goes, what's a bikini? And I said, what's a bikini? She says, well, it's a bathing suit top and a bathing suit bottom. And it doesn't show anything. She goes, oh, yeah, that shows a lot of skin. I looked at her and I went, that's what you're looking at? My mom would be upstairs changing her clothes and she would yell down, I'm not wearing a bikini this time. So if you want to call your friends over, you can. I'm telling you, as we grow up, it just seems we say the strangest things. And then as we get older, we do the dumbest things. You can't win, right? Oh, my goodness. All right. If I missed you, I apologize. We're going to get rolling this morning. We may not have everything that I wanted, but we've got some things. And there's some things I do want you to see, some things we want to discuss, and then we're going to do a Q&A. Because when we've been gone this long, I don't like it. And I want to know what you've been doing and see what your thoughts are, things like that. Okay. So hang on, because we got some good things happening and you're going to like them. Okay. Let me get over here. Now, again, this is going to have to be a slight mix and match because I'm missing those other ones, but we're going to get some good stuff. Now, this one, we're going to play.
Iran is being struck by the United States and Israel. What if this isn't World War III? What if this is what Jesus called the beginning of birth pains? The US and Israel strike Iran. Iran responds. Rumors spread of attacks reaching other nations. The world goes on high alert, and everyone is asking the same question. Is this it? Is this the war the Bible talked about? Jesus spoke about moments like this in Matthew 24. He said, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. But the end is not yet." Notice that. War does not automatically mean the end. The Bible does describe end times conflict, especially tension surrounding the Middle East, Israel, and the nations aligned around it. Ezekiel 38 and 39, and the book of Revelation speak of global alliances, rising tensions, and escalation. But this is important. Not every war is that war. Before the battle described in Ezekiel, many things must still take place. And here's what most people miss. The Bible never tells believers to panic. It tells us to stay alert, stand firm, be prepared, trust God. These may be birth pains, but birth pains don't signal destruction. They signal that something is about to be born. And for those who belong to Christ, that means our hope is not shaking. If Iran is
Okay, so why did I play that? because I told you they're playing out the Bible and is written today. So everything that he put out of the scriptures in the Bible is exactly in there. Jesus isn't coming back, but they're playing out the whole thing. There's a reason why Iran is striking out and all these things. And no, you're not going to see anything be done until all this is done. One thing you got to remember, if we truly are Israel and Israel's last, Israel's in play. So what does that mean? Now I want you to think about it. That should be tell you right there what's going to happen next. There's nowhere else to go. The wars have been played out. What happens next? And just before they say it's done or it's over or however they're going to say it's finished, you will see things set up before that's said or done. Just before. Because NESARA says no rumors of war. Same thing as the Bible. I told you it was biblical. So patiently wait. Wait till you hear the things start winding down. And just before the rumors of the war, something is going to come out. It could be the RV. It could be the money being returned back to the people. But the great wealth transfer will begin. Watch. And by the way, we are still on the old Bible in the Old Testament. So what I'm doing is I am paying attention to what they're all doing. And if you guys haven't figured this out already, better salute, because stand up tall. Okay, so this is Franchot Pearson.
Leader of Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, gave an update on what's going on in Iran. He went to his mouth as if he was coughing. It looked fake to me. Check it out.
We're in the third day of this is the third day of the Operation Roaring Lion. The
Operation Roaring Lion. October 18th, 2023. Like Luke 10:18. October 18th, 2023. Biden went out to Israel. He said, "You're not alone." Watch him go to his mouth.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat. I come to Israel with a single message. You're not alone.
So 2 men go to their mouths. Look at the dates. October 18, 2023. Today is March 2nd, 2026. 2 years ago in 415. What is 415? Abraham Lincoln died at 415, 7:22 in the a.m. Abraham Lincoln. The 722 is important because the USS Gerald R. Ford vessel is out there in the Middle East, the biggest vessel we have. That vessel was commissioned on 7/22 of 2017. What are the odds? Now look at this. Pope Francis died on April 21st, 2025. April 21st, 2025. Today is the anniversary that Joe Biden coughed, and today that Benjamin Netanyahu coughed. The difference is 45 weeks. There's your siren. Who's the 45th president? And make it more interesting, Trump was going to trial back in the day in New York. Look what he was saying. Trump speaking about freezing. It's freezing in the courtroom. I call it the icebox, Trump said. Trump lashes out after being held in contempt of court. He said it was freezing in the courtroom, the hush money trial. I'm Franchot Pearson. What does all that mean? Cold hands. Franchot Blue, please subscribe to me.
So ask yourself, two men cough. You cough when you have a cold, right? What does cold really mean? Is it frozen? I'm Franchot Blue. You check it out.
Okay, so Franchot knows the answer. He's asking everyone, did you figure that out? I did. Well, I talk about Jesus because there's a lot of things that we're doing off the Bible. So if we're doing the Bible, then you have to go with the Bible. See, sometimes they're not using the calendars. They're not using anything. That's where we all get confused because we don't know when they're flipping it. Okay, so when they sneeze, you get a cold. And if there's two people that are in high profile positions or was, and then someone says they're freezing, you got a cold, you're sneezing twice, they're not here. They're gone. Which we already know. And if you don't know, now you do. There was a lot of things that all these actors did that gave us signals about everything. We just didn't pay attention. And this, again, this is what got us into the shape we're in. You know, like gematria. That's been done by the military for years. But the only thing I realized is that sometimes when you do gematria, it's not the military doing it. And I don't know who it is, but you can tell when it's just those words, it wouldn't fit that, period. But I like Franchot. He does no matter what. He goes out and figures out everything. If it's bothering him, he'll get up and he'll go figure it out. And he will not post it until it's done. And he'll bring it up and say something, and he goes, maybe I'll look into that. And then you may not see it because he's trying to figure it out. And then he does figure it out. And sometimes he doesn't. But I like him. He's good. And I like that he knows numbers. So I did that one. Okay, let me redo this one. Oh, stop that. All right, let me tell you something. I have an account with I have it with all. now because I'm playing them so much, the TikTok, they want to stop me and have me do a new account on my computer. That's how you get hacked, when you get two new accounts or you merge the two. Do not do that. So now they're trying to tell me if I don't do that, I will not be able to share the TikToks. So see how they're forcing you? We're not out of this yet. I mean, the baddies, we're out of it. But I mean, just the low middle people. Psh. So I'm only able to play the ones. I don't know even why they allow me to do these, but they are. I know some of you don't like Harry, but sometimes he's got great information. Let me redo this one.
When it comes to Israel, there's still so many people that do not get it. It's like they're watching something completely different to what's being shown. They're not listening. They're making up their own stories. They're so caught up in labels. When's Israel going to be next? The Zionists, the Jews. And it's always the same angry, negative people caught up on this, saving Israel to last. What do you think that means? Well, Donald Trump's just going to turn and go, right now, Israel's turn. Israel and America, they're partners. They've always been partners. When the state of Israel was created, Harry Truman, the president, recognized it within 11 minutes. This has all been part of the operation. This is all about defeating evil, and they're showing us the regime in Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran. It's that regime. Donald Trump makes the announcement. We're going into a military operation. We're going into combat with Israel and America, the armed forces, working together, meaning they're side by side. They're partners. Military operation. Think about it. Yeah, they're so evil. How does that make any sense? Everything we're being shown from the very moment that Donald Trump first came into president, he told us.
We will reinforce old alliances and form new ones and unite the civilized world against radical Islamic terrorism, which we will eradicate completely from the face of the earth.
Radical Islamic terrorism. He's told us that he stands with Israel so many times.
I'm opposed to our wasting our military in the Middle East on behalf of Zionist Israel.
All right, well, let me just tell you that Israel is a very, very important ally of the United States, and we are going to protect them 100%.
He even makes it even more clear. I'm Israel's best friend.
This is why I'm proud to be the best friend that Israel has ever had, and they all say it in the White House.
And then we see this operation where we've got the Iranian people thanking Donald Trump, thanking Israel to ending this regime, and they're now celebrating because they know a whole new world's coming. But yet so many people are still caught up. Is Islam that cannot stand Zionism. They call them Zionist terrorists. Zionism means they stand for the state of Israel. They put that as the priority. That's it. Listen to Donald Trump. Look what we're being shown constantly. It's one massive partnership, and it always has been. That doesn't change. Well, what about Israel to last? Well, that's going to be the world that we live in, the landmass. And if we listen to Bibi Netanyahu here,
Prime Minister Netanyahu told the people of Israel that we need patience, but we will change the map of the Middle East.
They're changing the maps. It's all going to come together, but America and Israel, they are one. They're partners, and it will always remain that way.
I am happy to report that the United States-Israeli relationship is stronger now than ever before.
Now, I have to say, Harry made an excellent video there. Absolutely excellent. It's right in your face. They've been, well, if you've done any history at all about what's going on, I'm not saying that it's 100% true, but we are Israel. Our whole map is wrong because of the globe. And that's how the elites, that's how the Catholic Church, that's how all of them changed this world. It wasn't overnight. It took years and years and years. I got more things than I do about Israel and stuff, so don't worry about it. But I want you to hear some things.
I made this video before, but I'm gonna make it again because we need a refresher a little bit, I think. Just so everybody can know and see that we are progressing and things are happening. This is one way you can tell, okay? So the Save Israel for Last drop, all right? I just want you guys to know we are Israel, okay? We are Israel. 100% we are, all right? 1948 is when Israel became a so-called state, okay? If it was Israel, it would have been Israel all the way back in biblical times, okay? It ain't. It hasn't been. It just now got the name. So, look at our country, okay? The Mississippi is the Nile. Seven rivers go off of the Mississippi, okay? If you look, we have a Nazareth, we have a Galilee, we have a Jerusalem, we have Israel, Ohio. We have all those names here, okay? And it's crazy that when we were having all those eclipses, right? They were going through the town when the eclipse was coming this way. They were going through all the towns of Neve, which backwards is heaven. Crazy, right? I'm telling you, we are living in biblical times. Biblical times. So yes, all the other countries will be liberated before us. So we're going to wait. Save Israel for last. We are being saved for last. Venezuela's been liberated. Iran's been liberated. Nigeria's been liberated. Persia's been liberated. Cuba's about to be next to be liberated. And these folks, don't let the news and all them try to mess your head up and tell you, oh, it's bad and over 200 people dead from U.S.-Israeli strike. My news channel tried putting that crap out, and people in the comment section was like, yeah, okay. People are waking up. They are finally realizing who the real enemies are. It's a beautiful plan, guys. It's a beautiful plan. We're here for it. So yeah, save Israel for last. We are Israel. Israel. Sun gods. All right, y'all. I've already...
I can't say it any more simple as she did, with elegance added to it. I like her a lot. She does really good videos. I haven't seen her in a while, but she does really good videos. And exactly everything she is saying is spot on. I like it that she went down all the rabbit holes, and boy, do I remember when she did that. She was a wreck. And I watched her cry, fall apart, come back up and be, okay, I got it, and come back down and go, oh my God. And she would be off for a while. But you know what? She's such a wonderful person. And yes, she's absolutely correct. So we are Israel. Now, I know they're talking about Epstein and the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. Guys, you know they're gone. And that's the bottom line. But I am going to show you a clip on Hillary. All right, so she's here, grilled over Bill Clinton's hot tub pic in Epstein testimony.
Laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things. Did it concern you at all?
I'm here not to offer my opinions. I'm here to answer specific questions to the best of my ability.
When you saw your husband in these photos with young women being massaged, what went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
You didn't have any feelings about young women massaging your husband?
I am not going to offer opinions or speculation about anything that I have no context for and was not there.
After you learned that Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of sex crimes with kids, did any of these photos of your husband with women being massaged on the beach, did it concern you?
I have no context for even answering that question. And I think, obviously the innuendo, all the rest of it.
I'm asking a black and white question. I'm not putting any leading statements into it or adjectives. Did you do anything to determine what was happening in those images or on those trips that once you saw these photos, once you realized Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sex offender of children, did you do anything to determine what was happening on these trips with your husband?
I don't find any of your questions to be relevant to the investigation.
Well, it is relevant if a former president was traveling around with young women.
Well, you'll have a chance to talk to him tomorrow.
You said this morning you did not solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein, correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Did anyone solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein on your behalf?
Not that I'm aware of.
Did you ever invite Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell to any of your plans? When you saw photos of your husband in a hot tub laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things, did it concern you at all?
Okay, so we know that's not her, but boy, she's a good actress. I could not keep a straight face. Ugh. All right, so this is the muck. This is your distraction. Now, the Epstein files are basically nobody's going to talk or tell. We already knew that. Now, there are some people that's come forward, some girls that's come forward and witness to what went on, but they want to know about the government people. And of course, they're not going to say anything. You just got an illustration of it, even though we know she's not here and she's fake. This is what they're doing. And they're not going to say a word. So then, when they're done, we'll move on. But she's good. That steady face of hers. And again, here is the real Hillary, March 2018, due to illness and hidden Carew, her ability and weight was out of control. Nothing is as it seems. I agree. Why didn't they go forward? This is Hillary. You can't see her face. This is how heavy she is. She falls. Long after she had tribunal and execution. Remember, Modi of India is one of the longtime Five Amigos, part of the good versus evil war. Common, she has doubles, even playing First Lady. Here are a few doubles since her execution, plus use CGI and other tools. Old pics are articles, etc. I'm going to send this down to Telegram. If somebody doesn't believe you, show them this. This is when the real Hillary was taken away in the media. She said she was having a seizure. It was not. Look close. She was fishing to get in when she resisted arrest. She knew it was coming. She planted her heels in the ground.
Hillary Clinton. But it's these unexpected images on the
Remember this
fringes
one
of the
coming up?
service that could turn it into
Who
one of
was
the
in
most
here?
memorable and talked about
He's not
moments
there
of the
now.
campaign.
But who was in there?
Hillary Clinton frail, stumbling, and seemingly almost fainting as she was carried into a waiting vehicle. Not long afterwards, she emerged from her daughter Chelsea's apartment in New York,
It's a beautiful day in New York.
making light of what had happened. Her campaign...
Nothing is as it seems. There are thousands of others in the past 9 years, the most amazing military operations in history. This is the real Hillary? Yep. Okay. Okay, so you guys know the story. Why was JFK Jr. not in that van at that time that they shot that? Because when I saw it, Ghost saw it, and the rest of us saw it, I even showed it, he was sitting in the van. But this time, he wasn't in the van. JFK Jr. Central Casting could be. She faked a seizure. Yes. He's cut out of the movie. He wanted to see her arrested. Yes. Everybody wanted her arrested. Everybody that was in Congress, Senate, and in any part of the government. They all wanted Hillary out, except for those that were involved with her, which was quite a few. Her and Pelosi, they were hand in hand. There was a lot of guys that were hand in hand with them. They were bad people. They were just bad people completely all the way around. But why was JFK Jr. really not in there? Everybody says he's here. Do you honestly believe JFK Jr. is here? Yeah, Trump did witnesses or execution. Okay, so you guys are hearing, okay, so Dawn says she was the reason he had to go into, okay. Is there any proof of this whatsoever? Oh, you can see pictures down in Telegram and things underneath that says he's him and all of that. But is there honest truth? Okay, didn't you see the end where it says nothing is as it seems to be? That's why JFK Jr. was removed. That's why I always tell you, pay attention to what you're watching. You get caught up in all the stuff and then you think it and then you find out that it's not the truth when it's right in front of your face. If I hadn't pinpointed you out, You would have thought he was sitting in there. He was not in there. See, and I also told you truth would come out in many ways, just like the money you're going to get back. It's going to come out in many ways. It's going to come from different places. Although I did find out that everything that's going to come back will be from the Treasury. I did find that out. Smoke and mirrors. You like that one, don't you, Ghost? Okay. Now, this is a good announcement.
April, we will have a federal definition of ultra-processed foods. First time in history. And as soon as we do that, we're going to do front of package food labeling. So every food in your grocery store will have a label on it. It'll have maybe a green light, a red light, or yellow light, telling you whether or not it's going to be good for you.
Oh, wow.
And that, and it's going to evaluate all of the ingredients, et cetera. So, I think we're not going to change this overnight, but we're going to change it pretty quickly. And if you want to be healthy, we're going to give you the information to take control of your own health by April.
So by April,
we will have a federal definition of ultra-processed foods. First time in history. And as soon as we do that, we're going to do front of package food labeling. So every food in your grocery store will have a label on it. It'll have maybe a green light, a red light, or yellow light.
Green light, red light, or yellow light. And under those, they will have a description: caution, good, and I don't know what the other one's going to be. So that's coming in April. Now, they're not all going to be clean, but some of them will be. They will be labeled in those colors. Make sure you're paying attention to the colors until they can get it all done. Like he said, they cannot do it all overnight. So all they can do is this right now to make sure that you know what you're grabbing. And I think that's wonderful. I think absolutely wonderful. All right, so I'm going to show you this. And then you tell me. All right, so let me get up here. Excuse me. It's WH Grandpa. It says breaking. The EBS has gone off in the USA. Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, Seattle, and Cincinnati. Something big is coming. Follow me and drop. Follow me. The next drop will be shocking. WHG. Okay, so let's listen to this. Now I want you to read this. Matter of fact, you probably won't be able to. I'll read it to you.
Nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. 4 of the 12 missiles launched have been intercepted. The 8 remaining nuclear missiles will strike the following locations in the next 15 to 20 minutes: Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle. Within a 300-mile radius of these areas, everyone should seek out a fallout shelter as soon as possible. Nuclear fallout is a byproduct of nuclear attacks.
What in the fuck is going on, dog?
Will almost certainly kill you.
Look, I did this time. I'm freaking out now because it was. I looked it up on YouTube. I looked this up on YouTube because this girl was fucking playing with her husband, and I didn't do it. Like I looked the video up and everything, and I didn't do it. It's not real.
It's not real?
It's not real.
Wait until the all clear has been given before leaving the fallout shelter.
Is this on YouTube?
No, I stopped it. I did not do. I started to do it to see because she done it and it didn't pop up.
Okay, I know most probably didn't get it because I researched it out. I did get a confirmation that nobody had seen it, or was it on YouTube? Somebody did a scramble. They put it out there in several areas, and it was false. So if you get it, it was false. I knew that would never go out like that. They're never going to tell people that there's nuclear weapons. Now, they may tell them the banks are going to fall and crash, but they're not going to say anything nuclear. That was a dead giveaway. As soon as I heard nuclear, I said, that's, No, it was not real. Somebody put that up on YouTube, and I'm surprised YouTube didn't catch that. Because when they went back and I tried to find it too, there was nothing there. All right, we're going to listen to this one. It might be a little hard here.
Started 2 wars to bury the Epstein files. Only Jews know exactly what's happening. Here's the timeline everyone's missing. February 19th, Prince Andrew arrested for Epstein connections. February 24th, Bill Gates apologizes for Epstein ties. February 26th, Hillary testifies. World Economic Forum president resigns. February 27th, Bill Clinton testifies. 7 days of the biggest scandal exposures in history. Then what happens? Same day, Pakistan attacks Afghanistan. Next day, U.S. kills Iran's supreme leader. 2 wars in 2 days. Here's what Jews see. You can't make scandals disappear, but you can bury them under wars. Epstein dominated every headline all week. Now everyone's watching explosions. Nobody's talking about Clinton or Gates anymore. But here's the suspicious part. Same day Iran war starts. OpenAI gets Pentagon contract worth billions. Who owns a portion of OpenAI? Bill Gates, through Microsoft. Gates apologizes Tuesday for Epstein ties. Gets the biggest defense contract in history by Friday. That's how power actually works. 7 people exposed in 7 days. 2 wars started in 2 days. While you watched wars, Gates gets defense contracts. Prince Andrew walks free. Nothing happens to the elite. Most people see separate news stories. Jews see one coordinated operation. They control the media. They control foreign policy. They control who gets exposed and who gets protected. How do you stop people this powerful? You don't. They're too strong. But you can see the pattern and position accordingly. Never believe scandals will take them down. Always watch how they use chaos to get stronger. If you want to learn more about the Jewish wealth and real estate secrets, comment money and I'll say.
Now, of course, we know it's another distraction, but it also has to play out. But he is so right. When this was actually going on, it was very, very bad. And we know that. I don't know if we really paid attention to the other countries. But here in the United States, we certainly did not. And we, the people, are the ones to be blamed for that. We let our government do whatever they wanted to do because, as someone said, quote unquote, we trusted them. Yes, we did. And this is why we got today. And I'm still going to say it as I said it before. When it comes up for election time, there will not be an election. If there is, then they've changed the narrative again. And if they say vote, 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 no, 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 I will never vote again. You're watching, everybody says, oh, you're watching a movie. Yes, we are. But I feel like you're watching the greatest downfall of the government. Our government was the worst of all evil in every country there ever was. We need it all completely cleaned up, right down to the little teeny weeny mice. Because if those mice aren't gone, they can have babies again. And they can grow up and grow up and grow up and grow up till we get right back where we are. So family, we stand tall for the United States. This is our country. Even though we are Israel, we still have to say the things that we've learned. And I think that's terrible. Because nobody understands when we say we are Israel. Nobody understands when we say Trump isn't the president. People just don't care. I care. You care. What does it do to really wake somebody up? I think they've tried everything they can. And it's just not going to happen. You know, the next, they're wanting to come to the United States, and I think it's Iraq, maybe? No. I forget who's. Anyway, one of the countries wants to come and take out the United States. They're going to reenact, or they're going to act as if there's a war here in the United States. Well, we haven't had a war here, an actual war, since World War I. Now, we had the other little teeny weeny things, but and I'm going to tell you right off, if they do that, they're going to take out the buildings that have corruption and evil and everything spelt all on it. They're not here to bomb the United States. They're here, and I do believe they're sending people so they can show footage if it happens, because this playbook still isn't telling me it's going to definitely happen. But if it happens, that's too is going to be involved with the collapse of the United States. That collapse also will send us to an RV. I mean, now the rumors are coming here that they will be here. And all we have to do is wait out. But do not be afraid. Do not, the truth. When you hear, like, we're going to have one here because of the building downtown, they're going to take that one out. So there'll be something go off there. Oh, you know what? I was down there. Oh, my goodness. They might be getting ready to do it, because no wonder I had to go to a different street. The street that building sits on, I was going to the building right next to it. And I had to circle all the way back around and go to the other street and walk all the way down. I wonder if they are getting ready. I got to find out. I never thought about that one. See, that's why I say I got to take notes. I had to walk around the building. I was mad. I'm going to see what that is about. Huh. See, when you get to talking, you kind of remember some things. All right, so we're not giving up on the Clintons yet. Because the more you know, the more you learn. I like her with her glasses.
Did either of them know about Jeffrey Epstein? I know everyone is focused on what's happening in Iran right now, and rightly so, but I don't want to lose focus on the Epstein files. So today, the House Oversight Committee released the full depositions of former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton from last week. Both of them were asked about President Trump, and both of them gave answers, which I am going to share with you in a second. Plus, there was an explosive moment with the former secretary that you're going to want to see. But first, I want to start with the former president under oath, because he's the one who appears in the Epstein files, and he's the one who had a known association with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
Did Mr. Epstein ever discuss sexual acts of any kind with you? No.
Did you ever have any sexual contact with young women or girls in the presence of Epstein or Maxwell?
No.
Did you ever have sexual contact with any young woman or girl introduced to you by Epstein or Maxwell?
No.
Mr. President, with the benefit of hindsight, were there things you witnessed that could have suggested that Epstein was trafficking and sexually abusing young women and girls?
I do not believe so.
As for Secretary Clinton, she testified under oath repeatedly that she never met Jeffrey Epstein and only knew Ghislaine Maxwell as a casual acquaintance. She said that Maxwell was not invited by the Clinton family to her daughter Chelsea's wedding. She said Maxwell was a +1 of another guest who was invited to the wedding. And the former secretary implied repeatedly that the committee was simply wasting their time deposing her.
But there are many other aspects of the committee's work that strikes me as avoiding the main issues about who should be sitting here, who has actual information that might be useful to your investigation.
So you may remember on Friday, Chairman Comer said that former President Clinton testified that President Trump had done nothing wrong. Democrats at the time said that's not exactly what Clinton said. Well, here's exactly what he said, and you can decide.
I was wondering if you also agree that President Trump should answer questions of this committee.
That's for you to decide, but he did know him well, and I once had a brief discussion with him about it. It was on his golf course. The day I was there, he would typically, Donald Trump would come out and play a few holes with us. And he somehow knew I had flown in Jeffrey Epstein's aircraft, and he said, you know, we had some great times together over the years, but we fell out, all because of a real estate deal.
Now, the discrepancy here is that President Trump has said repeatedly that he fell out with Epstein because Epstein was poaching staff from him at Mar-a-Lago. But Clinton said Trump told him the falling out was over a land deal. Now, whether you think that discrepancy is a big deal is up to you. Former Secretary Clinton was also asked about whether she thinks the Trump administration or even President Trump himself is selectively going after Democrats while protecting perhaps friends of Trump or even Trump himself. Here's what she said under oath.
Having observed President Trump up close and personal for a number of years now since I ran against him, he has a tell. He has a behavioral tell. Whenever he is worried about being found out himself, he accuses somebody else of doing what he actually has done. And it's just a pattern with him. So it's no surprise to me that all of a sudden, what he promised in his campaign to reveal, everything about the files, and then when his people began looking in the files and realized how potentially incriminating they were of him, all of a sudden, that was no longer the focus. It was blaming Democrats, talking about a hoax, saying move on, there's nothing to see here. That is a typical pattern of President Trump's behavior, which speaks louder than all the words that he speaks.
But perhaps the most explosive part of this deposition was when Secretary Clinton and her legal team found out that Representative Lauren Boebert had leaked an image of Clinton online.
We have asked for a public hearing. If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm done with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would
sake.
like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was,
It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well.
I would like to take a break at this moment.
Yeah,
I'd like to have.
I gotta ask, is this the same actress that played her at the very beginning and through until they took her out completely? She is really good. I have to say that. She's really good. She makes me laugh. I like a temper on a woman. I really do. And when you, whether or not you believe you're right or wrong, but if you feel that you're right, you're going to stand your ground until you're proven wrong. And that's what she's doing. And it's just, but I think she looks so much like the first one that they had. And that's why I think nobody really knew what was going on. They had such good actors. And then you started noticing the things thereafter. Remember that? What? No, face is different shape and chunkier. Well, Star, that's the way it was the first time. I mean, go back and look at the very beginning in, what was it, 2016. Go back and look when she's talking. There's 3 different ones in that part. She's good. She killed the country, though. Hang on, I'm checking this one out. Okay, so I do have something here from Eagle Wings that I want to show you. We're switching gears here. Now, this is very, very, very small for me, but I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to leave out if I can't see the name, because it's just, I can't see it. So I'm going to skip over it, but it'll make sense. So Eagle Wing says, this is huge. Trump is signing executive orders creating DOJ fraud divisions and going full throttle to protect your money. No more playing games. Fraudsters are on notice. Politicians who look the other way, they're next. Breaking: President Trump just declared war on fraud, and VP J.D. Vance is leading in the charge. No more billions stolen from the hard-working American taxpayers. This is epic. State of the Union. Trump officially announced war on fraud, and Vice President J.D. Vance is in command of Power View Task Force to hunt down waste, abuse, and outright theft in welfare programs, Medicare, and more. First targets: states like California and Minnesota, where fraud is running rampant. Think $19 billion in Minnesota alone from scams and fake claims. Vance already filed an open shot, pausing nearly $260 million in Medicare funds to Minnesota until they clean up their act. Okay, so let's watch this video. This is off of Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. Saturday in America continuing to track fraud allegations all across the country. We've seen it in Maine. We brought you some questions about some funding that allegedly was misused in Maine. Those were private donations. Then California. And now here's the next state, Massachusetts. Now, the state's auditor just released a report revealing massive fraud within programs like Mass Health, the Department of Transitional Assistance, and the Department of Early Education and Care. These are all programs that provide social services to the Massachusetts community. And as you can see, there was over $4 million in fraud uncovered in the state's SNAP program alone. Another $1.3 million connected to the state's mass health program and hundreds of thousands of dollars found in other state programs. We're also learning of 22 civil recoveries that reclaimed nearly $800,000 in fraudulent overpayments. Now, the total amount of fraud in fiscal year 2025 alone was nearly $12 million. That's in 1 year. That's your money. Now, as all this fraud is being exposed, President Trump is reportedly planning to sign an executive order establishing a new fraud task force. Signaling its importance, it will be led by Vice President J.D. Vance.
Okay, so you guys know about all the fraud, and she just brought it out. All of that money that was shown on everything, like SNAP and all the things that came up there, we, the people, pay taxes into each and every one of those programs, into all those funds. That too, from what I just got told last week, will be coming back. Now, they have to divide it, to finding out, you know, who's done what, who's paid what, and all that, so forth. And then it will come back to you. I don't think it's going to be the same amount because some make more money, some have to give more, some have to give less. But that too will be coming back. I don't think it's going to be as high, not unless you've been doing it for 60 to 70 years, maybe 50. But it will be a nice lump sum. But that too is coming back. You know what? I never thought anything about all this until they pointed it out to me in 2011. And it was hard to believe that back then. And then as I was walking through the years, I kept starting to understand what they were talking about. And I said, oh my. And then I got angry. But you couldn't stop anything back then. All right, I'm not sure if this is exactly how this is going to go. It's going to be very hard read, so I'm going to read it to you. Even for me, it's very tiny, and the way it's done, I cannot, because it's off of Facebook. So Jacob Lee, this was 3 days ago. This is what actually happening. Afghanistan, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, Cuba, North Korea, and Iran, Syria, and Venezuela were among the only countries that resisted the Rothschild's central banking system. Then watch what happened. Afghanistan invaded after 9/11 and forced to collapse it. Iraq invaded after 9/11 and forced to accept it. Libya, Gaddafi removed after trying to return to the gold standard. Venezuela attacked and leader captured for their oil supply, now accepting centralized banking. Iran is next. Every country that attempted to operate outside the domain global banking and energy framework eventually faces war, sanctions, and destabilization or leadership removal. It is about power structure. It is about controls, money creation. It's about controlled energy. It's about who sets the rules of the system. Wake up. This runs deeper than influencer culture and surface level politicals. I'm sorry, politics. Stop arguing over puppets. Start asking who's building the stage. What's the alternative and the narrative? One heck of a coincidence? By the way, I'm being censored as well now. Yes, he is, by the way. He is very much. So I can't really get him anymore. I'm surprised I was able to grab this one. Did that make sense to you? XRP is real, yes. That is all true. Absolutely. I don't know if I played this or not.
They just started 2 wars to bury the Epstein files. Only Jews know exactly what's happening. Here's the timeline everyone's missing. February 19th, Prince Andrew arrested for Epstein connection.
Okay, we did this one already. My apologies. Did you guys watch Trump yesterday when he did the Medal of Honor ceremony? I'm going to show you this. I even questioned this. Okay, so he's doing a speech here. He stops. He goes off stage. And nothing's said. So this is Trump hurries out after Medal of Honor ceremony. Look at the expression on his face. I don't know what he's about to do, but it's going to change the world forever. I can't say that, but he did do it. I was watching it and I thought, okay, what's this about? It made no sense to me whatsoever. Did anybody watch it? He was everywhere yesterday. Actually, no, it wasn't that one. Did you guys watch that? Okay, if not, what do you think he's trying to say there? I don't understand it. He stopped like he was going to say something else. He puts his head down and he goes out. Doesn't look at anybody. He just goes out. Well, maybe something's getting ready to happen. And I don't think in a good way. Anytime you walk out and your head's down, to me, that means something's happened, something's getting ready to happen. And that's my own opinion, because I don't know what happened. All right, this is done 5 days ago, but I want you to listen to it. It's interesting, very interesting. And I do like these two people, so that's not about them.
And it's millions, isn't it?
So we don't know the final numbers.
Okay.
But the only thing I've heard of that seems fairly certain is mortgage interest and income tax. So I don't know what the numbers are going to be on reparation. It might depend on your age and how long you've been alive and all these kind of things. Okay. And how long they've been trading that birth certificate out there. Okay.
Sure.
So that might be a variable number. but everybody gets to participate with this. So everybody wins, even your neighbor up the street who's completely asleep and thinks you're loony as can be, okay, and you've got 5 heads. They get to get the blessing too. So think about this. Now, there's a redemption, which is the RV. So when you go in for your appointment, you're going to be there for 3 reasons. Maybe some people are only there for 2, but everybody's there for a reason. How do you process everyone in a reasonable amount of time? You need a lot of locations. What do we have a lot of? Banks everywhere.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, we're not being delivered money through bank accounts. If you want it to go to bank accounts, you can. It's going to be delivered on a digital ledger, blockchain ledger account. So even if you went to a bank, it's not in the bank unless you move some into there. Think about that.
That's good.
But everybody's going to see a bank as the place where I do my financial business. So does it make sense if let's say you're the one, Francine, that's running this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make sense to you to use the existing infrastructure in place, put military, National Guard or somebody there just to oversee it? Wouldn't that make sense? You could process probably the whole country within 90 days and be done.
Sure.
Okay. It does make sense. So I think you have to keep an open mind. Everybody say, oh, well, it could just be done in an office building. Yeah, maybe it is in an office building, but you have a lot of people to process.
Right.
You need a lot of locations. And if every bank just took their bank clientele list and just contacted them via email and set the appointments, you'd probably have everybody done in 90 days. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you were trying to do it another way, I don't know if you could finish in 90 days.
It doesn't make sense.
So I think you have to look at it very pragmatically. And I know there's a lot of stories and rumors that go around. It can look a little different than you think.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to that's why I said, keep an open mind that things might be done a little differently. However, it's still going to be your decision. Let's say that you went into a bank that offered wealth management services. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like a Wells Fargo or whatever. And Wells Fargo has a private bank. And if you've got over $1 million, you can enter the private bank division. Okay. So they may be wanting to get your business, but it's still up to you whether you give it to them, because the money sits on your wallet, not in a bank.
Ooh, even
though there's an appointment and they might know how much goes there, they're not going to know what's in there after that.
Very good.
Because nobody has access to that but you. So the banks are only going to be able to do with or help you with whatever you give them as stewards to do for you. So everybody's going to have to make their own decisions on it. A lot of people are going to say, yeah, I got to do something with it. I don't want to sit and doing nothing. So they might do that. Okay. Everyone will make their own choice and you'll do what's most comfortable for you. Perfectly. But I think as we look at this pragmatically, when you change systems like this and you are decoupling and shifting to something that's completely opposite.
Right.
Asset is completely opposite of debt. I mean,
Right.
you couldn't get more diametrically opposed.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense that you would take beautiful, pristine asset-backed currency and put it into a corrupted banking system. You
Right.
certainly wouldn't deliver the gifts, God's gifts to his people
Back to
through this infiltrated and completely corrupt system. You know, the software is called Babylon.
Oh gosh, yeah, right.
Is that not crazy? They don't even hide anything. It's
Right in
nuts.
your face, right?
So it's really interesting because you don't.
And it's millions, isn't it?
So we don't know the final numbers,
Okay.
but the only thing I've heard of that seems fairly certain is mortgage interest and income tax. So I don't know what the numbers are going to be on reparation. It might depend on your age and how long you've been alive and all these kind of things. Okay. And how long they've been trading that birth certificate out there. Okay.
Sure.
So that might be a variable number. but everybody gets to participate with this. So everybody wins, even your neighbor up the street who's completely asleep and thinks you're loony as can be. Okay. And you've got 5 heads. They get to get the blessing too. So think about this. Now there's a redemption, which is the RV. So when you go in for your appointment, you're going to be there for 3 reasons. Maybe some people are only there for 2, but everybody's there for a reason. How do you process everyone in a reasonable amount of time? You need a lot of locations. What do we have a lot of? Banks everywhere.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, we're not being delivered money through bank accounts. If you want it to go to bank accounts, you can. It's going to be delivered on a digital ledger, blockchain ledger account.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you went to a bank, it's not in the bank unless you move some into there.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
That's good.
But everybody's going to see a bank as the place where I do my financial business. So does it make sense if let's say you're the one, Francine, that's running this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make sense to you to use the existing infrastructure in place, put military, National Guard or somebody there just to oversee it? Wouldn't that make sense? You could process probably the whole country within 90 days and be done.
Sure.
Okay. It does make sense. So I think you have to keep an open mind. Everybody say, oh, well, it could just be done in an office building. Yeah, maybe it is in an office building, but you have a lot of people to process.
Right.
You need a lot of locations. And if every bank just took their bank clientele list and just contacted them via email and set the appointments, you'd probably have everybody done in 90 days. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But if
Sure.
you were trying to do it another way, I don't know if you could finish in 90 days.
It doesn't make sense.
So I think you have to look at it very pragmatically. And I know there's a lot of stories and rumors that go around. It can look a little different than you think.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have to that's why I said, keep an open mind that things might be done a little differently. However, it's still going to be your decision. Let's say that you went into a bank that offered wealth management services. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe it's like a Wells Fargo or whatever. And Wells Fargo has a private bank. And if you've got over $1 million, you can enter the private bank division. Okay. So they may be wanting to get your business, but it's still up to you whether you give it to them because the money sits on your wallet, not in a bank.
Ooh, even
though there's an appointment and they might know how much goes there, they're not going to know what's in there after that.
Very good.
Because nobody has access to that but you.
Mm.
So the banks are only going to be able to do with or help you with whatever you give them as stewards to do for you. So everybody's going to have to make their own decisions on it. A lot of people are going to say, yeah, I got to do something with it. I don't want it sitting doing nothing. So they might do that. Okay. Everyone will make their own choice and you'll do what's most comfortable for you. Perfectly. But I think as we look at this pragmatically, when you change systems like this and you are decoupling and shifting to something that's completely opposite.
Right.
Asset is completely opposite of debt. I mean,
Right.
you couldn't be more diametrically opposed.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense that you would take beautiful, pristine asset-backed currency and put it into a corrupted banking system. You
Right.
certainly wouldn't deliver the gifts, God's gifts to his people
Back to
through this infiltrated and completely corrupt system. You know, the software is called Babylon.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm going to put the video down in Telegram also, this one too. All right. So if you recall, those that were with me 2-3 years ago, I said we weren't going to go the way we thought. We would go to banks. And everybody's, no, that's not going to happen. So then I said, we're going to do it digitally. Oh, no, that can't happen because we don't know, understand about it, whatever. This is what the banks, this is your choice. When you take your currency to the bank, you're going to have them give you the money digitally into the wallet. If you don't have a wallet, it's going to be a simple wallet. They're going to have somebody at the banks that will be there in the wealth management team to help you set up that wallet so that they can deposit, that's your choice, to go into the wallet. Then they're going to show you how to use it. And if you get more confused, you can go back and they can show you. They will never know how much you have until you go back into the bank, you open up your wallet, you put in the digital money into there. The bank will no longer be able to access it. Only if you give them permission or you send something to the bank with permission from that wallet. That's how it's all going to be digital. And we're already asset backed by gold. So is the currency. Even though you don't see it, it's done and it's finished. So that's why I was trying to tell you in the last 2 or 3 years, one thing at a time. So you would get used to the idea, get a wallet that can hold your assets. And I'm not the one to ask the questions to because I get totally confused on them. But that's what's going to happen. And I know a lot of elderly people won't be able to do it, but they will find a way to help them. They're already prepared. They're already knowing all the things that can happen or will happen. And the only reason, and I'm glad he brought all this out because nobody else wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it's going digital. As soon as I said that, everybody said, well, how can it go digital? You've been doing it. You've been doing it since the 60s. Or no, I'm sorry. Between 70s and 80s. You have an ATM card. That was the first time nobody questioned it. I did. I didn't even know what it was. I went into the bank and said, why are you giving me this? Because they mailed it to me. I didn't know what it was. So you've been in the digital world at least since the beginning of the 80s. Because that's when I got mine. But say someone's 90 years old and they have never had an ATM card. Or a credit card with a little chip in it. They won't know anything about it. So either a family member, which I'm hoping is going to happen, is that some family member will help out their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and others that don't know how to do it. And this is where you also come in. You need to help these people, not just with going out and buying them cars or doing whatever. You need to help them understand how to take care of their finances, how to get the assets in there, how to go to the bank and do the things they're doing. If you need to take them, drive them. I mean, this is part of being in that community. And this is where I expect everyone to help out because you're being educated every single day about the changes that's coming. And it's a slow process because so you can help. And now most of you already have it. You already know how to do it. Me, nope. I don't know how to tell you. I have a wallet, but I don't know how to do anything with it. So it sits there. Now I too will need somebody at the bank to tell me what to do. I have it. It's set up. It's ready to go. Now, do I have the right wallet? I don't know. So these are things that you're going to have to learn. If you don't, you already know them. Yay! But please find out because if you don't know them, they're going to be a struggle. And you being that you are the ones that are going to be the guardian over all of helping people, you are the blessing to the people also. You're going to have to go out and help them. Don't sit there and whine and cry. I don't want to help them. I don't even know it myself. I will help them as soon as I can figure it out. as I helped you through a lot of things through here, you helped me through a lot. So this is what this movement is all about also, is being a team and getting the people united again, because we definitely are not. But I see it coming closer and closer and closer and closer. So I don't know who to recommend. I do not recommend Telegram on anything. So many people have been hacked and scammed down there that it's ridiculous. And I really don't know anybody that I trust enough to give you information. But if you know somebody good, go to them, ask questions, listen, and take notes. And you're not going to find that in Telegram. It's going to be on some platform that you'll find it. But you know what? I did find one on YouTube. Oh, I don't know the name of it. You know what? I'll put the name of the one that I was watching, and I am still watching, because I have to take one step at a time. I got so much going on. I have to take one step at a time. He is really good. He's got a woman that comes in once in a while. She's good also, but she doesn't come in all the time. I'll put, oh God, the only thing I can do is post that in Telegram. I'm not here to compete with anybody in Telegram. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to get you information. So I am going to post that down in Telegram. That's one. Now there's many others. You may not like this person, but there's other people on there. This one just seemed like a lot more explanatory. So I just kind of listened to him, and then I started like adding some things in, but I don't really know much about it. But he goes all the way through everything. He also brings up the RV and going to the banks and how it's going to be done, because he sent me an email, which I didn't know who he was. So I was reading it and I said, don't know who he is, but okay, let me contact him back. So I contacted him back, and of course I didn't hear from him. And that's obvious. I mean, that's just something. When you contact somebody sometimes through all these platforms, you may not hear from them for a month or a year, but he did get back with me. And he said for me to watch, the YouTube, and he would do one particular one, which I don't know if it's still there or not, but I'll go back and look. And then I'll also post that one. Now that first one that I'm going to send, it doesn't take you all the way through. It just gets you set up. It tells you which wallets are out there, which one he feels is the best. You pick for yourself. Then there'll be other ones. So say you picked one, and he'll have a video for that one. Make sense? Okay, that being said, I got to show you this. I laughed, but I'm going to have to turn it down just a little bit so I don't get blasted out. All right, I want you guys to listen. I think it's funny. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing here? My mic is open. Listen to the words. It's a transformation prodigy song of comedy. All right, so I want you to listen.
Imagine a world without Democrats. Imagine a world without failed liberal policies. Imagine a world where we only pay a simple tax. Imagine a world where they don't ship our tax dollars overseas. Imagine a world without Chuck Schumer. Imagine a world without Nancy, Elizabeth, and AOC. We would be free. You may say I'm a dreamer. Cause I want to keep these good for nothing Democrats on the run. I hope one day soon you will all join me. Round these liberals up, deport them and ship them overseas. Imagine a world.
Oh, what imagination. That was just so funny. I ran across that and I thought, why is he playing that with that hat on? And then he started, and I was like, oh my God, it was got so funny. You know, I like to show you something so you laugh, so you're feeling much better for the day. And, you know, to me, laughter is the best medicine ever. And yeah, and it's just the way he did it was so cool. I loved it. I just loved it. So we're going to do some right now. We're going to switch gears again. We're going to do some fast Q&A. So if you have a question, and ask it in the right way so that I can answer it, and we'll get started on that one. Forever says my dad would wear a hat like that. Yeah, my dad would too. Make it real, make it real. I know, right? So no questions this morning? Anna Marie, I'm going to put it down in Telegram so you can see if there's name is on it. I don't know if it is. Let me see. I don't see a name. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's down here. Let me see. Steve Spell. That's his name, Steve Spell. Len, did you get my email? I shared a video. That was good. When did you send it, Tammy? Garnetta. Will married couples have each of their own? Yes. Eloise, I guess I should stay away from doctors. Hey, that's up to you. Kendra, yes, but they're very simple. You can pick out any wallet you want that will take an asset and let you send and receive. Any update on the Zem not RVing? Guys, nothing's going to happen till almost when this war ends. This is the war you're waiting for it to end. And just before it ends, the RV should start. Prince, we know the money is from God, but we also live in man's world, and God knows that. I've not heard anything, Beach Life, about the checks. It's not to heal us this time. Where's that? The chemtrails right now are to heal the earth. And you see the good birds coming out. You see trees that are blooming. I mean, that's for earth right now. When you see the heavy X's and the, not X's, but like tic-tac-toe marks, Those are for the trees, the earth, the birds, the creatures. And pay attention to what insects and creatures you don't see this spring. Oh, that's good. Okay, so Kay says, I still haven't found a bank yet. Okay. That's another way, like he said on that video. You can still go to a bank, ask for a wealth manager, set up an account. You can also exchange your currency in that bank. So that way you get on the list, like he said, so they can call you or notify you. And that's my thing. I keep thinking when they say, go to Redemption Center or get 800 number, I think that's the banks. Now, I know you're going to a bank, but what I'm saying is years ago, we all thought we were going to go to Redemption Center. Well, a bank is a redemption center. They also have 800 numbers because I just called mine last week. So go to your bank, set up an account, $25 on it or whatever they require. Wait for the RV to be getting ready to go. Once it goes, you can take your currency, whichever ones you have and whatever's showing on the Forex or whatever they're going to put it, and take it to the bank. But I think what you need to do on your first visit is to tell them you want a phone call and make it a priority that you get on their calling list. Not a mailing list, but a calling list. And they all have them. Aw. A bank that deals with foreign currency. Yes. Wells Fargo is still, and Chase is still, some of them, not all of them, are still saying they're not in it. Now, I said this a year ago. Some of them will not be in it because they're not equipped to do them. The bigger branches or the corporate branch are the ones you want to go to. Now, some of your regular branches, that's up to you. You got to go find out whether or not they do them. If they do them, ask them, do you do them in your corporate or do you do them here? If they don't do them at all, then just simply find another bank. And I'm right now looking for a credit union. Even though we're doing wallets, I'm still looking for a credit union. We had 3 credit unions that was here. One brand new one opened up the road. Those 3 credit unions are now closed. The new one is open. Tell you anything? Because everybody said that we're going to go through the rapture. We're not going to go through the rapture because the rapture wasn't for us. It was for them. See, I can't tell you the whole story. But the book of Revelations was always the book about them. And the person that wrote the book of Revelations did it purposely that they would think that it was about us. But it was about them. He turned it against them. So if you read it now, don't read it that it's about you. It's about them. Credit unions are merging. Yes. Garnetta, I don't think you have to travel. I think there'll be some place near you. You know, this is going to be so simple, guys. Don't blow it out of proportion. It's going to be very simple. Right now, I know it seems confusing because I know all those wallets confuse me, completely confuses me. Well, they may say they don't know nothing. Charlene says, I belong to a credit union, but there are no tellers there. We do everything at the ATM, but they are people waiting. But they have people working in the office inside. Well, then you can go in. Anymore have Navy Federal Credit Union and know if they are preparing. I have one. Call them. Not a butter, call them. I personally like to go in and do a meet and greet, shake their hand, talk to them. And even though they don't know me or they don't do it, I still like to do it. That's just me. Beach Life says the wallets all do the same thing, but have different owners' handbook to read. No big thing. That's right. They might not be involved, Kay. That's why you need to go do a meet and greet or call them. Gordy says most of the Navy credit unions do exchange because of deployment. Yes. Any of your any engagement in the service, they will do the exchange. They will do them. Okay, let's stop this for a minute.
I've been knocked down, hit hard, left in the silence, but I found peace in the middle of the violence. Tears on my face, but I still kept walking. Faith in my chest when the devil came knocking. People said I break, said I fold under pressure, but pressure makes diamonds and I'm God's hidden treasure. Wrestle with fear, yeah, I've seen that fight, but I learned how to dance in the darkest night. I don't walk by sight, that path is blind. I walk by the word that renews my mind. Every setback's just fuel in disguise. I don't quit, I'll ride. I won't give up, I won't give in. You called me out, you pulled me in. I've come too far, I know you're near. You made it clear, I've got no fear. When I fall down, I rise again. I'm holding on until the end. You are my hope, you lead me home. I won't give up, I won't give it. Been through deserts, walked through droughts. Heard a lot scream, but I shut them out. Pain try to park where my promise lives, but I serve a king who freely gives. I run on empty, cried at the ceiling, but I seen breakthrough hidden in the healing. I've learned that hope ain't a fairy tale line, it's a better one anthem that's already mine. Every note doesn't make me bold, doesn't make me bold, doesn't turn cold. This is the anthem of the ones who fight, who trust in God through every night. I won't give up, I won't give in. You call me out, you pull me in. I come too far, I know you're near. You made it clear, I've got no fear. When I fall down, I rise again. I'm holding on until the end. You are my hope, you lead me home. I won't give The strength I've got from the God I know. He walks with me through highs and lows. When he says move, I go. They said I'm dumb, but they don't know the strength I got from the God I know. He walks with me through highs and lows. When he says move, I go. When he says move, I go. When he says move, I go. I won't give up. I won't give in. You call me out. You pull me in. I've come too far. I know you're near. You made it clear. I got no fear. When I fall down, I rise again. I'm holding on until the end. You are my hope. You leave me home. I won't give up. I won't give up. I won't give in. I won't give up. I won't give in.
Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't walk out. Don't walk away. Things are falling into proportion the way we need them to fall. Right now, we are living in the crucial time. Is it going to happen tomorrow? No. Is it going to happen next week? We don't know. But we do know it's happening as it is written, and they are definitely following the Bible that we know, the one that we was brought up on, that we can read and see where they're at. Now, can that change tomorrow? Absolutely. And it's going to. Then I don't got to figure out where they're going with that till I can find out where we're going and what the timing could possibly be. No one's going to know the exact time, but you can get an area of what everything we've learned in the past 5 to 10 years, where we're at. And we are dang close. They actually brought on Iran quite fast, because I didn't think Iran was going to come into play until later. So actually, they brought them forward fast. And now, there's no bombing, not true bombing. They're taking out their buildings and their corruption stuff. So that's what that's about. And that's what ours will be. But ours isn't, I don't think we're going to bring ours to land. Not yet. We just have to see how this plays out. Because like I said, I wasn't expecting a lot of this, because they were still doing biblical. I mean, not biblical, but by the playbook. I don't know why they would put this in a playbook, especially when I saw that they put Iran up first. Maybe it's to speed it up. I don't know, but it's coming. Because someone, when I first started, said, watch Iran. When Iran's mentioned, you know what's going to happen. RV. So just like I said, we're going to pay attention to Iran, find out what's happening with them, pay attention to them, but I'm not going to concentrate on them. Don't lose sleep over it. And if they start talking crazy stuff, don't sit there and say, oh my God, look what's happening. Don't do that, because there's always a reason. Right now is a crucial time. Now, if I find out that money's coming in any form, I'll let you know that. If anything's happening with Social Security, I'll let you know. Now, I did hear that Social Security is going to stay around, but they're just going to change the name. That's what I heard. Now, I really don't care one way or the other, as long as they're not corrupt. Well, I hope you guys had a good morning this morning. I know I did, even though it's raining out there and I had to look out the window. But the temperatures are rising. We were in the teens, so we're now what? We're at 38. We're barely tipping off of on top of the freezing point. But that's okay, because God's got us under control. And I truly believe that, because I think a lot of us wouldn't be here if he wasn't in control. And I do believe that. That being said, let's stop the chat and let's go to prayer. PayPal will probably go away, KK. Cash App will be around. Zelle, I'm not sure about because it's belonging to a bank. Father, we're here again, giving our offers of thanks, because we thank you for everything you do. When we get up, when we drink our beverage, when we pick up the phone and we hear something bad, or we hear something good, you're right there with us. You get us through the day, the weeks, the months, and the years. We struggle, but you're always there. We thank you for giving us the strength each day to be able to stop, sit back, and listen. Find the truth. It's getting better, but there's still people out there slamming it out. But as long as we have more coming into view, there would be more people to find truth and be at peace, know how to help others and to love others. And I'm finding so much glory in the people here in our family, for how beautiful they are, how they respond, how they have learned, not just through me, but wherever they go. It's nice to come on and see people that know, that do listen and hear and learn. And even those listening in the background, they're doing the same. I can't see them, they can't see me, but I can feel their hearts and their smile. I can feel when they're angry. We have a beautiful family. But I also want to pray over them. And I want to pray for the country and for the children who hasn't made it through, and for those that did and are struggling. Even as they are adults now, their life will never be the same. Father, we thank you for so much. We humble ourselves because you give us the gifts of everything. And even though I say, well, I have nothing, I don't have that. Oh, they got a lot that they don't understand. We need to stop, look, and listen. We need to look around our own surroundings. We are blessed truly. I pray for the homeless, that they are to find a home, shelter, where they have peace and they can trust, where the whole world gathers together and we all cheer on each other. For that will make history alone. Father, we thank you for taking out the corruption, for the people who are damaging each other, and for the scammers. They are really doing a heavy job. Father, please Listen to everyone's prayer. Whatever they need, you hear them and you answer each one. We want to pray this morning, especially me, for the chemtrails. We know they're here now for cleansing the earth again. But we also know it's good because we see it as good. It's only was last month that we had all the snow. And then when the snow melted and the grass is green instead of brown. There's buds on the trees. Birds are singing. The robins and blue jays are back. You're telling man to stop the chemtrails. Slowly, but they will be done. For we see it. We see a lot of things now. You're clearing our eyes and you're wiping out our ears so we can listen and see. We thank you for this morning. And as they leave, I'm asking you to give each and every one a big hug. For they are the true troopers. They know what's going on. And if they don't, they learn. And then they teach others. Or they show others. You've done an awesome job in helping everyone. Let us all see the light. Let our lights be shown for the others to see. Trust is a lot. And that's what we need to do. Trust one another. We thank you for this morning as we close. That you be with each and every one here, listening, and those to come. And may everyone stay safe. May everyone know what's coming is near. And this we ask in your name only. And we humble ourselves in your name. And we say, amen. Family, go out, enjoy the day, no matter what you want to do. Just enjoy it. Go turning on some good music. Read a good book. Read the Bible, the real Bible, not the corrupted one. Go talk to someone you haven't talked to in a while or call them. Life is too short. At least I feel that way. And time is speeding up. And just this coming Sunday, our clocks are changed. Yay! I'm so glad to see that. Our days are longer. Yes, they are. So happy smiles to everyone because they are changing. Things are changing and we're watching them right before our very own eyes. Be blessed because you are. And know that Ghost and I are with you always. And if anything happens, I will be up. We'll see you on Thursday, if not sooner. Have a beautiful day. Remember, we love you. Be happy. And we'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye.